Nolan, good to see you. Happy New Year. Today we are sharing 5 financial resolutions for a happy and successful 2024. We're revisiting this annual favorite, but with some new resolutions. And again, today we have our top 5. Resolution number 1 is meet your match, or as my dad says, don't leave free money on the table.
Yeah, and Erin, when we say meet your match, of course, we're talking about our employer-sponsored retirement plans. For a lot of people, those are 401ks, 403bs, 457s for some people. All we're talking about is just making sure that whatever that match is, whatever the employer portion they are willing to contribute into your retirement accounts, you're at least meeting that maximum. That's free money. It's basically like taking a pay raise. It's additional money that goes into your retirement accounts. And when it's compounded over 20 or 30 years, it makes a huge difference taking advantage of that match.
Resolution number 2, contribute more to your retirement accounts. But I'm wondering, is there a percentage that should be our goal? And of that, how much should be in a Roth?
Yeah, when you want to contribute beyond your match in your 401k, the most that usually people are putting away into retirement accounts is around 20% of their total income. And we say that's the most across all retirement accounts with matches, so on and so forth. And every situation is different. But you're planning for the long term. You want to put away as much of your paycheck feasibly as you can. And most times a good starting point may be around 10%. And then the difference between the Roth and traditional is the Roth portion, whatever portion you can put into that, you never pay tax on that ever again. So if your 401k or 403b has a Roth provision in it and you're allowed to put your portion into the Roth, a lot of times it's worth, paying the taxes now so that you don't pay taxes later on the money you take out of that.
Mm-hmm. All right, resolution number 3, create a budget. I feel like this is on a lot of resolution lists, and it's the first one that goes away.
Yeah, I know. And as the year goes, more and more things happen and things fall to the wayside and everything. Don't give up if it's already seeming like it's too daunting. But creating a budget is probably the most important thing you can do regarding your finances. It's the very basic of how much does it cost me to live each month? How much do I need to bring in order to be at a surplus? Do I need to accumulate savings? Am I trying to buy a house or retire or whatever that might look like? It all starts with a budget.
Another really important step, though, building that emergency fund.
Yeah. And your emergency fund, for a lot of folks, it's somewhere between 3 and 6 months worth of your expenses. And that goes back to your budget. You need to go through a budget to figure out how much it costs you to live each month. So when you're planning for your emergency fund and you're planning 6 months savings for that, you know how much you actually need to fall back on. It might feel really good to have $10,000 in the bank, but if your monthly budget is $4,000, then it's only going to last you 2.5 months if something bad happens. So I'll always run those numbers.
And resolution number 5, insure yourself. Again, that emergency fund is a great first step, but with proper insurance, you know that you and your family will be okay in case the worst happens.
Yeah, and this comes after you've taken care of the budget and taken care of the emergency fund. Going into insurances, a lot of people think about life insurance. What if the worst happens to me? But there are other insurances worth looking at too. Disability insurance, for example, is a good one to look at. It's kind of paycheck replacement if you get injured on the job or something like that. There are other insurances for retirees and pre-retirees, like long-term care insurance or Medicare or Affordable Care Act insurance, that are all things that you need to do beyond your emergency fund and your budget planning. So insurance is the next step on the line. And once your insurance is taken care of and all the basics are met, then you can get into the fun stuff with investing and other things like that.
Right. It all comes down to peace of mind, right? So, Nolan, if somebody would like help with their resolutions or if they'd like you to hold them accountable, what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. So they can call us at 616-301-2581 or go to cornerstone-rp.com. And there's a contact us box at the bottom of the website.
Great. Nolan, thank you. Happy New Year.
Thanks, Erin. You too.